If you had to survive on $10, this spot might save you. We're talking a full meal, rice, soup, tea, and a main dish, for less than what most places charge for a drink. But is it actually good, or is there a reason why it's so cheap? Let's find out.
Monday, noon, and it's packed.
Spacious.
So spacious, just for us, huh?
We're not gonna need this menu. Just kidding. Let's look and see what the menu
Here,
is.
fling it across the room. That'll show 'em.
They have lobster here.
But you know what? We're here for this. So shout out to Papa Jin letting us know about these super cheap lunch specials. $9.99 includes soup and white rice. They also have a $10.99 and an $11.99 part of the menu, and it's still really cheap. Wait, human lamb for $11.99?
Most places are like $13,
It
$14.
was like $18 usually. And one's on the back, a couple of other lunch specials.
Order a bunch of stuff and then dinner time, we don't need to cook.
Yeah. Big question is whether or not the tea is included.
It's probably included. There's so many grannies here. They're gonna flip tables if they're charged. Service-wise, they're quite busy. It's hard to get their attention. We are on the lower age clientele here. Huge bowl of soup. It is, what kind of soup is it? Pork bones with winter melon. Very standard. Oh, and there's soybeans.
And because each one comes with rice and soup.
This restaurant is a Cantonese restaurant, so you're gonna see a lot of Cantonese food. Although we saw cumin lamb on here, which is very strange. Very good, very good. Sweet, it's savory, it's homey. I noticed that there's no condiments on this table. We have to ask for hot sauce.
This is incredibly meaty. Look at this, huge chunk. It is worth it already.
As a non-Cantonese person who didn't grow up eating this, what do you think of the soup?
I think it's really interesting because I grew up eating very savory, very pungent soups as a Korean. It's different, much like cleaner taste. You get a chance to taste the other things that are within the soup. It's very brothy. The meats in it is usually very tender.
And Peter loves Cantonese food. That's why he married me.
In terms of like cafes here, this cluster area right here is hyper competitive because there's cafes everywhere. Like right down the street is Bakali, where we always go to. And across the street is Garden Cafe, which we used to go to all the time. And then here's MJ Valley. You know, just after one soup that this place is gonna be good and we're gonna wanna come back.
Yep. And the rice, they give you a whole tub, so that means it's unlimited, it's refillable. Hella rice. And you could also order more and take it home too. Don't be shy.
Life hack. Easily one of my favorite things to order.
I was actually afraid that it'll be too much fat because of the price, but it looks like it's okay. We have to actually chew into it to see if it's real.
When we had it at Grand Harbor, was that the fatty one?
That was a little bit more fatty, yeah. The food came out fast, huh?
Yeah, since we're in this corner, it's like really hard to flag them down. And then there's this pillar right here and that makes it impossible. So Lisa wasn't able to flag them down. So I was like sitting here, I felt like I was like back in school, like raising my hand forever. Big chunky piece here, nice and steaming. It was good. But the weird thing is, I expected it to be more like on fire hot, but it's not.
This kind of Cantonese pork chop, they fry it with this spicy green onion. And it's a topping that's just so salty and savory and spicy. And you can eat it with rice. And we have our green beans today for our veggies.
Back to the pork chop, it's good. It's not too fatty. This meaty piece is very meaty. And I really like the jalapeno because it's nice and spicy. Lisa always says that we should probably try to limit our intake of this because, you know, yite.
That's why you have balance with veggies.
Yeah, balance it with veggies. This is like our go-to veggie dish item. Good.
So it's fried with some shrimps, other kinds of aromatics like green onions and jalapenos too. And usually it's cooked, it's flash fried, and it still has that crunch when you eat it.
I would say that this held the crunch very well. I really like the little shrimps in here. It goes really well with it.
I just took a bite of this and it's so delicious. It's so crispy, it's very light. But you know what makes it really delicious? This crack right here. If you know, you know. It's flavor, okay? It's flavor.
Right, one of the most classic of dishes.
Yeah, contrary to what most people think, it is a Chinese dish, even though maybe they think it's not because it's served in Panda Express. The kung pao chicken has chicken, of course, peanuts, some bell peppers, some onions in this kung pao sauce. Ooh, this one is really good flavor. Sometimes the sauce at other places, they don't have that like kick. They just have these chilies. This one, the sauce actually has a kick. This is a rice killer. You need some rice with this. I would say a little bit salty, so if you're sensitive to salt, maybe don't order this. But it's great with rice.
And just a big thing of onions. Dude.
It's a ginormous onion. The onion was too much. And we have our other dish. This is like a Cantonese version of cumin lamb, more of the flat lamb. Whereas the Sichuan style, it's more of like lamb cubes. And this one has tons of onions, lots of onions. It smells like a lot of cumin. It's not as spicy as the Sichuan one, but it's very cuminy. Everything is very flavorful here.
So many of this $9.99 except for this $12.99. It's so expensive, $12.99. Oh my god.
We're gonna go broke. I can't wait to come back and try other stuff.
That menu is pretty big. There's a lot of things to try.
And today is Martin Luther King Day, and they're still having this special.
It's been 3 hours. You've been holding her arm up for 3 hours.
Nobody sees me. I'm in this like dead zone right here.
Right, box this time. It's a lot of leftovers.
Dude, there's so much rice left.
I also had 0 bites of rice.
Peter doesn't eat rice. He's a racist.
So I try not to eat too heavy carbs during the weekdays. Otherwise, I'm gonna fall asleep after lunch.
No, just say it. You're a racist.
It's the first time we had so many leftovers that it won't fit in one bag. Put it on top and then hold it. You just can't close it.
There's so much rice in here, it's like spilling out of the box.
Unbelievable. No charge for tea. $9.99 times 3, $11.99.
This is a really, really local place.
We wouldn't recommend like driving all the way to SGV for this place. Well, maybe.
If you're in LA looking for an affordable lunch or dinner, this place is it. They have dinner specials too. You're not gonna get $9.99 for dinner though. We're gonna be back, and you guys should come visit too. If you're wondering what else is here in Alhambra, we have an Alhambra playlist that you should check out here.